Will Byers, I was not familiar with your game. Season 5 of Stranger Things starts with a flashback to Will's time in the Upside Down. Bro was just chilling in his den, minding his own business, but turns out his Demogorgon neighbor can be a bit of a Karen, and Will was blasting his tunes too loud for its liking. But Big Demo G forgot that this is America, where even the 9-year-olds are packing, so it gets blasted in the face and Will escapes up a tree. The demo freak climbs after him, but Will jumps in slow-mo to the next tree, which achieves literally nothing.
You're probably wondering how I ended up in this situation.
The Demogorgon brings an unconscious Will to Boss Man, who starts moving like Prime Diddy, stringing Will up with his freaky vines and pumping him with God knows what. Back in the present, Mike's younger sister Holly sees her imaginary friend outside, which I'm sure is like totally not important at all. Mike then threatens to piss on the floor, which is how we learn that the Byers family have colonized Mike's house.
I'm gonna take a piss on the floor.
I don't even blame Mr. Wheeler for being salty about that though, because you should know better than to touch another man's bacon. Robin, Steve, and Steve's rubber chicken aren't there though, because they run their own local radio station called Rockin' Robin that the gang listens to on their way to school. Wait, what the fuck do you mean they're still going to school? V Diddy deadass cut your town open like a pizza, bruv. Why are you acting like life is back to normal? Oh wait, I know why. Quarantine, bruv. They think V Diddy spreading that COVID-19, bruv. So now no one can leave, and the only one allowed in is Murray Claus and his truckload of grenade salads.
It's not looking good, bruv.
I wish we had Rockin' Robin during our lockdown though, because that shit's actually pretty dope, I'm not gonna lie. But the dopeness gets cut off right in the middle of a romantic message to Robin's girlfriend. Meanwhile, Dustin starts firing off your mum jokes in the Big 87 because Archie Andrews' meathead friends are bullying him for wearing a Hellfire Club t-shirt out of respect for Eddie. Rest in peace, GOAT. Lucas and Mike rock up to scare them off, but Dustin got some attitude going on at the moment. I mean, fairs, that's understandable, but come on, dude. You're like one of the 2 non-vegetable characters in the main group who I actually give a shit about. Lock in, bruv. Unfortunately, in the big season 5, this show's most boring and soulless side plot of Eleven being hunted by Serious Sully over here and his army of nameless American droids that I literally have no fucking interest in is still going on. They don't even do their job, bro. Like, they just saw a woman and said, fuck it, who cares if we give this poor civilian generational trauma? Shoot her. Meanwhile, Hopper and Joyce are training Eleven to compete in the Cornball Olympics. If I wanted to watch an on-the-nose superhero show, I would watch No More Mr. Nice Guy, face. But to be fair, if I had powers like that, I'd probably be doing the same shit, so who am I to judge? Back at the Squawk, Nancy and Jonathan pull up to help with the radio problem, which has been caused by radio tower technical issues. Jonathan and Steve get into a dick measuring contest to see who can make it to the top and fix the radio head first. Shit, be careful guys. Remember, the stand user can be anyone, sometimes even a radio tower. If you know, you know. After fixing the issues and getting an early delivery of grenade salad and key intel that the military plan on entering the Upside Down for a good old burning sesh, the gang prepares for one of their many dungeon crawls. Robin drops some neurodivergent bars on air, but it's actually a totally inconspicuous and not obvious coded message for the rest of the gang so they can plan Operation Kill V Diddy. But I'll be so for real right now. This plan sucks dick. Last season we had 3 different teams and 11 jumping Vecna's freaky R, and that wasn't even close to enough. You're telling me their plan is to send Hopper in alone with a gun and a fucking GPS? Well, thank fuck Vecna is allergic to beards and global positioning systems, or we'd be screwed. Fuck off. Shit plan. By the looks of it, Will agrees because he starts tweaking right after this atrocity of a plan is explained to him. But I think that's got more to do with him tapping into V Diddy's hive mind and seeing through the eyes of his next victim, Holly Wheeler. Wow, I totally never saw that coming. Good thing big bro Mike is there to do absolutely fucking nothing about the fact that she sat there telling him about visions of a mysterious man saying monsters are coming for her. What is Mike's response to all of this?
Monsters aren't real.
Bah, right, so we're just blatantly lying now. Cool, dickhead. Meanwhile, Nurse Vicky gets a visit from Robin, and Will spots them getting freaky, which I won't make jokes about because this actually leads to my favorite dynamic and side plot of the whole season so far. Finally though, it's cruel time. Wait, where the fuck is Dustin? Oh shit, he getting his ass jumped by Andy and his Gooner squad. Wait, why Dustin kinda got hands though? Damn, I didn't realize you were built like that. Fair play. Now, right before cruel time, Elle and Mike have a little heart-to-heart on the roof. And I would hate on this because I normally don't give a shit about these 2 characters, but Mike earned some brownie points by making a reference to the ending of Lord of the Rings. Yeah, it might actually be over for Mike in this season. GG. Dustin still ain't back from getting his ass beat, so Steve hasn't got anyone to control Hopper's GPS tracker while he drives. Will volunteers because he knows how to use it, but Joyce shuts that shit down real quick. And I swear this gotta be a favoritism thing or something, cause why the hell is she so against Will going, but then offers up her other son as a sacrifice? Jonathan then does one of the stupidest things anyone can ever do and willingly gets in the back of a car driven by Joe Keery. If you know, you know. Finally, everyone is in position and the crawl begins with Hopper sneaking into the back of one of the burner trucks. Shit goes tits up pretty damn fast though, cause Big Demo G is back and Will starts tweaking again cause he's seeing shit from Mr. Gorgon's POV now. Big DG no-diffs everyone in the vicinity other than Hopper, for plot reasons, and then runs full speed to the upside down Wheeler house in preparation for the dumbest fucking scene in the whole series. Episode 1 wraps up with Big Demo G ripping a portal into Holly's ceiling, while her parents are busy pretending like they can't hear the fucking war zone that's been created in their own fucking house. Let's get straight into this, yeah? Demogorgon bursts through the ceiling, slams a screaming Holly into the wall, then tries to drag her up to the portal, but she grabs onto her metal-framed bed before wiggling free, which causes both her and the bed to go crashing to the floor. Meanwhile, her mum is 2 doors down, bopping to some chill beats and sipping wine, and her dad is out back playing golf. Only one of my mum's ears work and she still manages to hear me playing ranked at 2 AM. Actually no, forget hearing things. The whole house would be shaking, bruv. Mrs. Wheeler's bath would look stormier than the Bermuda fucking Triangle, bruv. But nah, neither of them clock anything is wrong until Holly comes running into the room, and even then Karen doesn't believe her until Big Demo G starts breaking that door down. They hide under the bubbles in the tub while Mr. Wheeler 1v1s the Big DG but gets his shit absolutely rocked. Holly and Karen make it downstairs, and I gotta say I fuck with Karen's whole badass bath getup she got going on while violently protecting her daughter. It's so badass that it almost distracts me from the fact Big DG's controller disconnected mid-game, cause bro just stands there like an NPC and takes it. I mean, how the hell is a wine bottle even doing any damage in the first place? Aren't these things like hella bulletproof? Anyway, Nancy drives 11 to their ends and she becomes understandably traumatized by her gravely injured mother and missing sister. 11 slips into the portal Big DG used to leave before it closes behind her, and she manages to somehow find Hopper in there. And by find, I mean she force pushed the shit out of him. But at least she's nice enough to slow down and tend to his tiny little flesh wound that was slowing him down. That's nice, that's very nice. Wait, all she did was disinfect it, bruv. Why are you suddenly able to walk normally again? Whatever. The Wheelers get rushed to the hospital in critical condition, and Nancy has a little Yuji Itadori style breakdown in the bathroom as she frantically tries to wash the blood off her hands. She then has a very valid crash out at Mike and Lucas because Vecna himself warned them this was coming, and no one other than her actually took it that seriously. Robin spends 5 minutes explaining that Will is like a big antenna that receives upside down radio waves, which they could potentially use to their advantage if Joyce would just chill the fuck out for like 3 seconds. After making up a Doctor Who level lie about the flux capacitor being down though, Robin effectively kidnaps Will and takes him to the woods so he can tap into V Diddy's hive mind for key information. Okay fine, she didn't really kidnap him. If anything, it's the opposite, because Robin is the first person in a long time to not treat Will like a fucking 2-year-old who can barely walk, and actually listens to his ideas because she values his input, something that Will takes very kindly to. Honestly, this new dynamic between Robin and Will is by far my favourite part of the season so far, and I should not have to explain why Robin being the one to bring out Will's confidence is very fitting. I love it. Great stuff.
I like dick.
Okay, you're not helping my point here, Robin.
Great Scott!
Dustin then finally rejoins the gang by interrupting Steve and Jonathan in the middle of another dick measuring contest, but this doesn't really improve the vibes because Steve is a dick to Dustin, then Dustin is a dick to Steve, and like, come on guys, please, this relationship is like the best part of the show, stop ruining it.
What? You're just ruining it. Look at my lips, you're ruining it.
Lucas then has a genuinely moving scene with Max, who is still in a coma and yet again solidifies himself as one of, if not the, best member of the main group. And no, wait, no, don't cut to the others, I want to keep watching this, bro, what the hell? Well, anyway, it seems like Mike finally pulled his head out of his ass and realized Holly seeing visions of a mysterious man saying she's gonna get taken by monsters right before she gets taken by monsters probably, maybe, isn't a coincidence. So he and Nancy try to speak to their mum, the only person that Holly actually told everything about Mr. What's-It to. The doctor is a condescending prick though, so Nancy takes shit into her own hands by dressing her brother up as something you'd see in literally any Conjuring movie ever, and then dresses herself as a nurse. They sneak into their mum's ward and get her to write down the real name of Holly's imaginary friend, Henry. Will and Robin decipher Will's visions and also come to the conclusion that Mr. Whatsit is actually Vecna and he's invading children's minds. 11 and Hopper then hit a wall in their research, and I don't mean a mental wall, hell I don't even mean a brick wall. They hit a Game of Thrones type wall made of upside down shit. But I guess that makes sense considering the Duffer Brothers literally based Vecna's design off the Night King. Episode 2 ends with Henry slash Vecna slash V Diddy leading a delighted looking Holly into his freak house, except it doesn't look very freaky. In fact, this place actually looks kinda dope. I don't know, maybe this isn't actually so bad. Never mind bruv, no one with good intentions has ever closed the door like that. Jim and Elle try throwing hands with the Great Wall of Diddy with no luck, and then the military arrives with a big anti-11 cannon from the Heian era. Will shit talks his mum while Robin ad-libs from the backseat, and oh come on dude, that was like a 2-minute scene, why are we changing POV already? Holly has breakfast with Henry slash Vecna slash V Diddy and wants her to never ever go into the forest no matter what, because that's where Big Demo G lives. But let's be so for real right now, this girl's stupid as fuck. The monster is literally the thing that brought her here and nearly killed her parents in front of her. But I guess that doesn't matter, because Henry said sorry. Hopper takes Elle and hides behind a big road sign before blasting the ever-living shit out of this whole Special Force squad with a machine gun and grenades. Goddamn, I have never seen a man look so delighted about using grenades. Elle is legit tweaking from the anti-11 cannon, but as soon as Hopper destroys it, she's magically fixed and absolutely fucks shit up. They take a hostage and retreat to a nearby junkyard. Oh wait, that doesn't actually happen yet, because first we've gotta do our minutely POV switch. Fuck! Just stay in one place, please! Dustin and his mushed up face reunites with the gang, and Will explains V Diddy's new strategy of mentally stalking and then luring kids to his mansion. Actually, forget the luring part, he just sends Big Demo G to kidnap them and murderizes their families in front of them. Mike has his first good idea of the show and suggests that they fucking drug the next victim's whole family and then use the kid as bait to lure in and then plant a tracker on Big DG. What? Oh wait, the kid is dipshit Derek? I bet, W plan. Don't worry though, we'll see it in action soon, we just gotta make a few POV switches first. Home Alone Holly gets a mysterious note in the mail telling her that she needs to follow the map into the woods and reach the X. It's even signed off by Henry asking for help. You know, the same Henry that told her to never go into the woods. So naturally, she chooses to go into the woods wearing Henry's old Boy Scout scarfy thing. I'm from the UK, bro, I don't know what the fuck they're called. Robin then explains to Will that she pretends to be the granddaughter of this old dying lady in hospital to sneak in and see Vicky, which is like real fucked up, but it's fine because she brings her cookies. Yep, I know what can make up for a totally messed up thing like that. Fucking hobnobs, bruv. The pair sneak into the ward and Will decides this would be the best time to ask for advice on getting Rizzy. Robin explains the literal bare minimum of romance, and then they steal some dude's benzodiazepines so they can drug an innocent family and stage a clean home invasion and kidnapping. How the fuck are these kids not behind bars already, bro? 5 seasons of this shit is crazy. Meanwhile, Steve tries to make the van light enough to keep up with Big Demo G, but Dustin decides moving the tracking equipment to Steve's car is a much better idea. And he's right. Like, yeah, he's right. But why you gotta be such a dick about it, Dustin? Like, bro, you can't just be defacing another dude's car like that. Have some respect. You better both have some insanely emotional redemption arc soon, or I'm gonna have to pretend like this show ended in season 4. Murray is deadass the only character who's still acting like himself, because while Jonathan tries to explain the never-ending emotional complexities of his relationship with Nancy, his solution is to just fuck. Back in the Upside Down, 11 hacks into their hostage's mind to get some answers as Hopper works him in real life until they finally get what they want. Information about the military's Upside Down research facility, Dr. K, the researcher after 11 who I decided was too fucking boring to introduce until now, and a mysterious room with anti-11 weapons in, which makes 11 certain that the military actually has V Diddy captive in said room. Erica, aka Captain Plot Convenience but it's okay because she's funny and cool, comes to the rescue because dipshit Derek's older sister is Tina, Erica's best friend who she now hates, and I don't blame her because she is literally pure evil. Erica wants that get back, so she agrees to bring the family a totally safe to consume pie, which Tina then refuses to eat, leaving Erica and Tina in a 1v1 with the rest of her family knocked the hell out. But that girl Tina got no diffed off screen because holy shit bro, Erica low-key might be the real villain of the series. Why is she moving like that? However, that means Operation Blatantly Kidnap a Child is officially a success. Remember, it's fine because the kid is a dipshit. The gang set up their anti-Demo G traps and oh shit, you got barbed wire? Hell yeah, get some Capcan and frost traps in there too. If you know, you know. Will apologizes to his mum in a very wholesome scene set right outside the barn where they are holding an innocent family in captivity, and then Joyce apologizes for being such a bad mum and expresses her regret for not even noticing the 11-year-old Will missing that day for like 8 hours. Which, like, yeah, you definitely fucked up, but it's all good now, and this scene is way too wholesome for me to be mad about that. Anyway, Big Demo G arrives at the dipshit's house and is greeted by... Holy shit, wait, they really do have Capcan traps. Home Alone wasn't released until 1990 though, so the gang was poorly educated in how to really trap a house. Naturally, that meant Big Demo G escapes after being severely burned, but that's okay, because it was part of the plan. Nancy shot a GPS tracker into its back, which means the Sneevemobile can now track down Big Demo G. But it seems to be heading to the dipshit's location, which is not so good. What's even worse is that the dipshit woke up. Bro, Loki, just let Big Demo G have him at this point. Like, just let him go. Oh, wait, what was that, Will?
It doesn't matter. Not anymore.
The episode then ends with Timu Red Riding Hood venturing through the forest before reaching a big stone canyon owl and... Wait, is that Max? What the fuck? Instead of offering up dipshit Derek as a sacrifice though, Joyce tries to talk no jutsu his ass and then free him, but Derek ain't buying this bullshit, so he starts throwing hands and climbs to safety immediately. He switches up pretty damn fast when Big Demo G pulls up and yet again stands there like a fucking droid while Joyce plays whack-a-mole on its chest. But to be fair, this time it low-key makes sense. Because when Will starts tweaking, he's actually tapping into V Diddy's control center and stopping Big Demo G to not hurt Mumsy. Blood then gets clotted by the Steve-mobile and runs for the hills with the Steve-mobile in hot pursuit. Once Demo G is on the run, Will busts out his artistic talent to tell us all about how V Diddy already has 4 kids tied to pillars, getting pumped full of the same nasty Diddy juice as Will. And that Big V-Dog plans on adding more to his collection, like he General Grievous hunting for lightsabers or some shit. Thank you for the visual demonstration there, Will, though. That was very nice.
Okay, I like it, Picasso.
Turns out the military have clocked onto V Diddy's plans too, so they round up all the kids in the area and bring them over to the facility for protection. Never fear though, because Robin has an amazing plan to get the kids who are actually being haunted by V Diddy out of there. You wanna like explain the plan yourself, Robin?
Dick.
Come again?
I like dick.
Alright, whatever, bruv. I'll do it myself. Long story short, they're gonna use the Hawkins tunnels to get right under the bathroom of the place the kids are staying and literally dig a hole for them to climb into. Dipshit Derek is gonna turn himself over and be our inside man recruiting the haunted kids and sending them on their way to the bathroom escape route. Meanwhile, Elle devises a plan to break into the military's upside down base at the same time. She thinks she can time her landing on the roof with the thunder that conveniently happens like every 7 seconds or something like that. I mean, she demonstrates this by counting to 7 after the thunder and lightning, and sure enough, it thunders again. But then if you count another 7 seconds by yourself after that point, it doesn't thunder again. And maybe she just meant the delay between seeing lightning and hearing thunder, because, you know, physics and all that. But nah, that doesn't make sense either, because it thunders and lightnings right at the same time the first time round. So, like, how does that... I don't know, man. The maths ain't mathsing, the physics ain't physicsing. Fuck it, let's just pretend like this isn't an oddly convenient thing for us. Dustin's crew radio Hopper, letting him know they're inside the Upside Down and that there is a wall on the other side of the town too. Hopper tells them to stay put until it can reach them, but then he like, I don't know, then he like tells Elle they're gonna break into the base. Wait, surely you can't do both. Like, which is it? You're gonna have them waiting there for years if you do this. And what if you die? They're just gonna be there forever. Oh, right, I forgot. Hopper can't die. Max takes Holly to her little cave in the... Yeah, I know, we're changing POVs again, right? This script is impossible to write. You just have to bear with it, right? It's just how the show is paced. I'm done yapping about it now, but like, it's just pissing me off. Yeah, Max takes Holly to her little cave in the wall, which apparently is Diddy's kryptonite, so they'll be safe there. And credit to JB Campbell-Bower, who always kills the performance by seeming legitimately scared here. Like, he does a great job as this villain. I really like it. Turns out Max's mind is stuck in this mind prison thing, but she nearly escaped after filtering through countless memories, but the tape recorder playing that one Kate Bush song that we genuinely cannot get enough of stops at just the wrong time. So V Diddy rocks up and chases her to the cave, which is how, you know, she's here now. But hey, at least Holly seems to be coming to her senses now, right? She understands the situation. Back in reality, everyone starts putting their own dogshit plans into effect. Dipshit Derek successfully converts into delightful Derek.
Monsters are coming and you're all gonna die. Ha 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 ha.
Okay, never mind. Well, either way, he does his job by finding fans of Mr. What's-It, aka Henry, and sending them into the horrifically splinter-riddled escape route in the bathroom one by one. Long story short here, the plan, of course, goes to shit, and not all the kids make it out. I mean, for fuck's sake, Mike, Will, Joyce, Derek, and some of the kids end up getting recaptured and taken to Sirius Sully. While this is going down, Dustin clocks that the wall actually forms a big circle around the whole ends, and the center of this is, of course, the OG Hawkins lab, where they're probably gonna find V. Diddy and his, you know, pillar of children. That's a very odd thing to say. 11 manages to time her jump and lets Hopper into the base after breaking a few necks because we don't give a fuck about killing people with a wife and kids on this show, and then Elle gets laid out by the anti-11 weapons. Dr. K finds Elle tweaking behind the desk and then interrogates Hopper, who is strung up by some freaky-ass tentacles. Dr. K seems to have a PhD in fumbling the fucking bag though, because she gets stabbed by 11 and then totally overpowered by Hopper, who snags her keycard. Now, this final stretch here is where absolutely everything goes to shit. Dem OG starts pulling up with the Mandem all over the ends to hunt down the escaped kids and fuck up that annoying military base. But I'm low-key rooting for DG and his gang when it comes to fucking up the base though, because fuck these guys. As we saw earlier in this season though, Dem OG and his crew have the ability to just rip open portals with their claws willy-nilly. I don't remember this being a thing. Like, how come we're just seeing them do this shit now? I don't remember them ever doing this shit so quickly before. Blood must have brought the Stranger Things Dead by Daylight DLC, because how the hell have they got such an OP ability all of a sudden? I'm not even mad though, because we see this dope POV shot of Demogorgon running at a wall and tearing into the real world. Shit, yeah, that is cool as fuck. These military soldiers are absolute bums too. Like, these guys gotta be hardstock silver with aim like that. When you really pay attention to them, you'll just see most of them shooting into fucking Narnia. I mean, what does bro see that I don't? There's no Demogorgon there, bro. He's on your left. While DG's crew fuck shit up in the real world, 11 breaks into the room where she thought Vecna was being kept. But it's not Vecna, it's number 8.
Who the fuck is that guy?
Number 8.
Who?
You know, that one superpowered girl from the side plot we all tried to forget existed. Honestly though, if they execute this well, I won't be mad. You know, hating on it simply because her last appearance wasn't all that interesting is no reason to assume that this development won't be interesting. So I'll let the Duffer Brothers do their thing, bruv. Before I judge anything, just cook, alright? Do your thing. I mean, I definitely didn't expect it. My dumbass was deadass thinking Vecna was in there. But nah, he's been hiding away upgrading his Diddy armor for the sole purpose of aura farming in his grand entrance through the gate and into the military base. He has a slightly on-the-nose supervillain fight against the military forces and then turns his interest to the real reason why he's here, Will Byers. I don't hate the whole badass supervillain entrance, and the Demogorgon gunfight was decent, but is very different to the truly scary and dark vibe of Season 4. Vecna was like legitimately scary then. He's not scary here, let's be real. I definitely preferred the smaller scale conflict, but this isn't bad by any means, and it's not over yet, so, you know, I'll let it cook. Anyway, V. Diddy then force pulls his OG victim over to him and does some Jedi mind trick stuff, which seems to awaken something in Will. I don't even know why I'm beating around the bush about this stuff. Superpowers. He pumped Will full of superpowers and came here to unlock those superpowers before just waltzing off home to play Smash. And good thing too, because Will uses those superpowers to immediately tap into the hive mind and give every Dem-OG in the end the Season 4 Vecna treatment. Yeah, I think at this point it's very clear V. Diddy is just moving like his old mentor Brenner Epstein and taking these kids to turn them into 11-style super soldiers for some twisted plan to take over the world. Except there's 12 of them, not 11. 11 is 11, which is not 11 years old, but she's like, you know, 11 is 11, but he's taken 12. Whatever. Yeah, I don't have a clue where we go from here, to be honest, but that's all the Stranger Things we're going to be getting until, like, Christmas. I don't hate it by any means, I just think Season 4 set the bar way too high for Season 5 to match. It's good, though. Like, I'll let it cook, for real. It's alright. Anyway, you know, like the video, subscribe to the channel. If you want to see more dumbass videos,